Good evening, wanderers. I've thought a lot about what I'd like to do for these YouTube videos, and I think I might do some life updates and tell you a little bit about myself. I'm Petra. That's not my real name. In my real life, I am a makeup artist for television and film. I also do special effects. I've also been a producer of military videos, and that's kind of my double life. I'm wearing my Sundance Film Festival shirt. I had a film that was in Sundance in 2021 and one in 2022. On both of them, I did special effects makeup. I began Petra's Dark and Dreamy because I had seen an audition for my daughter and I was looking for more information on it. And I ran across this voiceover job, which I haven't done voiceover in a long time. I started out as an actor, and I used to represent a local bakery weekly on live interviews on radio stations. So it's been a long time since I've done voiceover work, but I came across this job that seemed perfect for me because when I was an actor, I used to do casino work, and I would do live games at casinos, and I represented a slot machine company. And it was a really fun and lucrative job, and I liked it a lot. I did it for a couple of years, and I ran across a voiceover job that seemed really kind of perfect for me. So I auditioned for that job and I got it. And I've been there almost 2 years now. And I had it's hosting a live gaming app. And I had some players who would come in and they would say every night that I was hosting, their child would fall asleep. And I myself always listened to sleep stories, but I began to worry that the ones I was listening to were too dark and too scary. You know, they were about like Dogman and Bigfoot and supernatural, paranormal, like horror stories and stuff like that. And then my daughter also listens to sleep stories. And so, encouraged by the players, I decided to start my own podcast doing sleep stories, mostly for adults, could also be for like high school teenagers, with public domain literature, because that is something that I don't have to worry about copyrights with. Something soothing that would help people sleep, but not be too macabre and give you nightmares. Unless it's a Grimm's fairy tale, like those are a different deal. But also, I thought it might be helpful for high school students to hear some of these poems and stories that they can't quite understand because the English is outdated and foreign to them. So I've read a lot of really amazing literature, and it's been a really, really, really rewarding experience. So that's kind of where we're at. That's the story of Petra's Dark and Dreamy. It's really hard to work in film and television as a single mom. I'm now a single mom, and my daughter is 10. And when you're working in the film industry, you usually, you could get called into work at 3 a.m. or you could get home from work at 3 a.m. And so when are you going to sleep, and who's going to take care of your child, and who's going to stay home with them when you're gone? So I've had to try to find other means of employment that offer me the flexibility and freedom to stay home with my daughter as much as possible. So I have a couple of podcasts that I follow, and I've created a plan to try to get more subscribers and more listeners. I think sleep stories are helpful for everyone. And I also have decided that YouTube will be, YouTube is more casual. The podcast episodes are strictly for sleeping. So there are a few of them I need to go back through and edit to take out some of our more candid moments like we have here at YouTube. But I decided that the videos maybe would be a little bit more conversational. Maybe we can discuss a little bit of the topics, or I can tell you my thoughts about something that I've read. And maybe I'll include some updates like this. So for instance, a producer friend of mine asked me to help them with a schedule for a film they're making, and it's about Hansel and Gretel. So last night I released Hansel and Gretel because I've had Hansel and Gretel on the brain. I posted a little bit about that when I uploaded the podcast, but then I thought maybe I would just talk to you guys a little bit more about myself and what I do. I'll also tell you that I've tried using horizontal filming for this, and I just don't like it. It's way too close and too big. So I should technically be sitting way back here, but I feel like I need to be up here on my mic. It's a really good mic, and it'll probably pick up everything from far away. That's me. That's how Petra's Dark and Dreamy got started. Petra is my pseudonym. And there are a lot of podcasts that go by dark and have the word dark. So I went ahead and left Petra in there as Petra's Dark and Dreamy because it would be easier to find it. So dark for gothic haunting tales, but also dreamy because I do want to share some of my favorite love poetry, which I haven't really gotten into yet. And then also a goal of mine is to share some other stories from my life that I have really crazy personal experiences that other people also have parts of. So I will be doing some interviews at some point, hopefully soon, on different topics. And I also want to share stories that my listeners write in that they've had. Like I have a few listeners already who have shared that they have paranormal experiences that they can share with us. I have some with UFO experiences. I have some with experiences in adoption and in relationships, kind of covering the gamut, but those will be probably for subscribers only. Some of my personal stories are only for subscribers. And by subscribing, I mean at buzzsprout.com. The link is in the show notes. So I guess that's about it. This episode tonight will be The Conqueror Worm by Edgar Allan Poe. And we'll get started here in a couple of hours as soon as I finish my day job. All right. Nice to meet all of you. I hope that you love the podcast. And if you do, please give it a positive review in your app store. Please set your device to auto downloads because downloads are what help us get monetization and sponsors. And positive reviews help spread the word and also help us get higher rated in the listings so that more people can discover the show. All right. Thank you so much. I'll see you soon. It's been a fun challenge to do the 31-day countdown to All Hallows Eve. I hope you all are enjoying it. I've recycled some oldies but goodies and also including some new episodes. And I hope that it's been fun for you guys. We only have about a week left. It's been a challenge, but it's been great. I do want to include a trigger warning that one of these poems discusses a giant worm, as you can guess by the title, and another one discusses death of a child. Spoiler alert, guys, but I don't want anyone to be triggered. Welcome, wanderers of the night, to Petra's Dark and Dreamy, where shadows dance and dreams drift through the twilight. I'm Petra, your guide through this realm where the boundaries of reality blur and the mystical becomes tangible. Tonight, we plunge into the depths of the unknown, exploring stories that shimmer in the darkness and ideas that echo through the silence. So find a cozy nook, let the world outside fade away, and prepare to embark on a journey where the night is always young and the dreams are endlessly alluring. Are you ready to embrace the dark and the dreamy? Then let's begin. The Conqueror Worm by Edgar Allan Poe. Lo, 'tis a gala night within the lonesome latter years. An angel throng, bewinged, bedight in veils and drowned in tears, sit in a theater to see a play of hopes and fears, while the orchestra breathes fitfully the music of the spheres. Mimes, in the form of God on high, mutter and mumble low, and hither and thither fly, mere puppets they who come and go at bidding of vast, formless things that shift the scenery to and fro, flapping from out their condor wings invisible woe. That motley drama, oh, be sure it shall not be forgot, with its phantom chased for evermore by a crowd that sees it not, through a circle that ever returneth into the selfsame spot, and much of madness and more of sin, and horror the soul of the plot. But see, amid the mimic rout a crawling shape intrude, a blood-red thing that writhes from out the scenic solitude. It writhes, With mortal pangs, the mimes become its food, and seraphs sob at vermin fangs in human gore imbued. Out, out are the lights, out all, and over each quivering form the curtain, a funeral pall, comes down with the rush of a storm, while the angels, all pallid and wan, uprising, unveiling, affirm that the play is the tragedy man, and its hero, the conqueror worm. Wow, I like it. Gory. I think I should do another one. The Erl-King is a legendary figure from Germanic and Scandinavian folklore, most famously known from Johann Wolfgang von Goethe's poem Der Erlkönig, about a malevolent spirit or king of the fairies that lures children to their death. Ooh, okay. The Erl-King by Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. Who rides there so late through the night dark and drear? The father it is, with his infant so dear. He holdeth the boy tightly clasped in his arm. He holdeth him safely, he keepeth him warm. My son, wherefore seekest thou thy face thus to hide? Look, father, the Erl-King is close by our side. Dost see not the Erl-King with crown and with train? My son, 'tis the mist rising over the plain. O come, thou dear infant, O come thou with me. Full many a game I will play there with thee. On my strand lovely flowers their blossoms unfold. My mother shall grace thee with garments of gold. My father, and dost thou not hear the words that the Erl-King now breathes in mine ear? Be calm, dearest child, 'tis thy fancy deceives, 'tis the sad wind that sighs through the withering leaves. Wilt go then, dear infant, wilt go with me there? My daughters shall tend thee with sisterly care. My daughters by night their glad festival keep. They'll dance thee and rock thee and sing thee to sleep. My father, and dost thou not see how the Erl-King his daughters has brought here for me? My darling, I see it all right. 'Tis the aged gray willows deceiving thy sight. I love thee, I'm charmed by thy beauty, dear boy, and if thou art willing, then force I'll employ. My father, he seizes me fast, full sorely the Erl-King has hurt me at last. The father now gallops with terror half wild, he grasps in his arms the poor shuddering child. He reaches his courtyard with toil and with dread. The child in his arms finds he motionless, dead. Thank you for joining me tonight. I hope you don't have nightmares. I just told you about how Petra's Dark and Dreamy is here to lull you to sleep with kind of creepy stories, but they won't give you nightmares. I don't know if these two really qualify. I'm grateful for all of you, though, and your support. Remember to leave a review for the podcast on your favorite podcast platform of choice. However, you can also leave more than one review on different platforms. And don't forget to set all of the different platforms that you can find to auto download to help us get monetization and sponsors. Remember to tell your friends and family and share Petra's Dark and Dreamy with everyone you know. And please do contact me if you have any feedback. If you notice an error in an episode, if you have a suggestion for a story or for a poem, you know the first 100 subscribers to Buzzsprout get to request their favorite literature. It has to be pre-1929. That is a little tricky. But as we've found so far, there are all kinds of different genres of literature that are in the public domain. In the show notes, there's a link to share your thoughts with Petra. Please do so. And if you have a story dealing with the paranormal, ghosty things, ghouly things, UFOs, cryptids, or any really important, significant event that you would like to share, or a story that you might want to share with others just so they know that they're not alone, feel free to send me those. Make sure you include your name and your contact information so I can get in touch with you. Sometimes I'm planning on scheduling some interviews. If someone doesn't want to be interviewed, you could just send an email. I might call you with questions. I might write a story about it. I might read it just as it is. But feel free to reach out to me. That's why I have the link. Make sure to follow, like, and subscribe on all of your favorite podcast platforms. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate all of you. Have a great night and sweet sleep. Thank you for joining me tonight on Petra's Dark and Dreamy. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe to show your support for the show. If you are one of the first 100 subscribers, you can request your favorite literature read by me, Petra. Also, please leave a review on your favorite podcast platform or on YouTube, wherever you happen to watch. See you next time. Keep sleeping soundly. Keep sleeping soundly. Don't let me wake you. It's Petra. I'm stopping by to tell you why I use Buy Me a Coffee to connect with my audience and grow my podcast. As a podcaster, Buy Me a Coffee has been a game changer for me. It's the easiest way for my listeners to support the show directly, whether through one-time donations or monthly memberships. The best part is that I get to keep it simple and focus on creating content. I love it because I can unlock steady income with membership tiers and recurring support. I share exclusive content, behind-the-scenes moments, and early access just for my supporters. And there are no complicated setups or hidden fees for you or for me. For you listeners, you can show your love with a simple click and also get special perks, shout-outs, and bonus content in return. You want to support the show? Click the link in the show notes to support the show. And be sure to tell everyone that you love Petra's Dark and Dreamy.